Yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy week. You know, I do feel sorry for Steve. I do have compassion towards what he's going through. I think he's one of the good guys, and he's just been caught in a bad place. And he's obviously taken responsibility for that. So, I mean, certainly we're not sitting in a glass house where we think we are better than them in that aspect. It's just, for me, it's a mistake that was made, and I feel it's easier said than done, but I feel they can move on now from that. But obviously, the penalty is a little bit harsh, or it's quite hard on him. But I do have quite a bit of compassion of what he's going through. You know, it's not nice. I can see. I mean, you don't want to see any cricketer or any person go through that amount of pain. So I do feel for what he's going through as a captain, and I know as a leader he would have tried to have his identity put into the Australian team, and perhaps now that chance has been taken away from him, that's not nice. I mean, to be a captain of your country is a huge honour, and I know that. I mean, you can see the disappointment. I'm sorry. I do really feel sorry for him. I did send him a text. As I said, I from a really deep place in my heart, I feel for the guy. You don't want to see guys going through that stuff, and it's going to be incredibly hard for him over the next days. So I just sent a message of support, saying that you'll get through this. You must just be strong. And he was really good. He appreciated the message. So there's a lot of respect between the two of us. I mean, it was obviously a good leader for Australia. And the second part of your, I think yes, I think so. But I understand the context of it now. As you know, Australian. Perhaps I didn't understand how important it is to them, but you can really see how much it means to the Australian public, the way that they play. So you can understand why they think they need to be so harsh. But from where I'm sitting, I think it is harsh. I think certainly if you go back in the history of where certain players have been in similar situations. But the positive from that is now this is making even the ICC go, well, they're going harsher than our penalties, so it's maybe time that we sharpen up on. If you do intend to do something illegal with the ball, that you don't just walk away from it with 3 demerit points and a 75% match fee. I mean, it is obviously quite a serious thing. Well, I've been talking about that for quite a while, and I don't feel it's wrong by saying all I've been asking them is consistency. Obviously, this is very strong what happened here, but I do believe before this series there was a lot of question from us as a team and me as a captain is that the conversations that happens with us and the communication from their side, we don't feel that same communication happens to certain players and certain teams around the world. So, and I've stressed that a lot of times to every time I get an opportunity to a match referee or to the umpires, that all I'm asking for is that both teams get measured in the same way. It's difficult for me to say where I'm sitting in my shoes. I think it's difficult to understand, you know, certainly from the way that the Australian people and the media has reacted. It's all been from an Australian point of view, so how they view it is very strong, and it's an absolute no-go for them, and they see it as a time for, as like a line in the sand almost for them. So I'm not sure. It's harsh, but I suspect someone like him, as what I'm seeing from him, is he wants to take responsibility. I don't know whether he wants to appeal or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, all three of them was obviously sorry. They see now the blowout that it's had back in Australia. So, yeah, I can imagine that you would say sorry. I don't think there's a person in the world that won't apologise for that. So, yeah, according to me, they've all accepted they're guilty. They've all put their hand up. They've all taken responsibility, or as far as I've heard in the press. So for me, we all make mistakes. I'm certainly not perfect. I've made mistakes as well, but I've learned from them. and they will learn from these mistakes, and they'll be better for it. Evidence. So, I mean, I can sit here and say what I think, but without having real evidence of it, I think it is unfair for me to say. So whether it was just really, really good skill and trying to bounce the ball in the right places to try and get it roughed up, or perhaps if there was, someone working the ball. But definitely, I mean, this series, the ball is reversed quite a bit. And it is, to an extent, it isn't a skill to try and get that ball to talk as quick as possible, because, a ball going straight versus a ball going late and the other way is obviously a lot harder. So, yeah, as I said, and certainly from the next 5 days point of view, we're not going to now stop trying to do that. We're going to keep trying to make sure that we can get the ball to reverse, obviously with what is allowed.